to be happier when the morning comes and we see what we've become. In the cold light of day, we're a flame in the wind, not the fire that we begun. Every argument, every word we can't take back, 'cause with all that has happened, I think that we both know the way that the story ends. Then only for a minute, I want to change my mind, 'cause this just don't feel right to me. I wanna raise your spirits, I want to see you smile, but no, that means I'll have to leave.
Hey YouTube, it's Julie Mac here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Not really back because this is like my first video, but welcome to my YouTube channel. As you can tell by today's title, we are going to be doing a New Year's Eve look, and it's going to be a glam New Year's Eve look. I'm not gonna ramble on too much. I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it. So if you want to see how to get this look, please keep on watching. So to start off this look, of course, I have to pull my hair back. So I'm using my little ears that I got from Walmart a long time ago, but whatever works. So now that I have my hair pulled back, I'm going to prime my eyelids with the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and it is in the shade Porcelain. So I'm just going to blend that out with my beauty blender. And then to set my concealer, I'm going to take this e.l.f. brush. I believe it's their concealer or foundation brush. I'm not really sure because they don't put the names on these. And I'm going to be using the Fit Me Matte Poreless Powder in translucent just to set everything in place so my eyeshadows do not move around. So the star of the show today is going to be the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette, and I'm going to take the shade Birch right here, and this is another e.l.f. brush, and it is their crease brush. It actually has their name, or the name on this one. So I'm going to dip into Birch, and I'm just going to put this all over my crease. I'm just kind of putting it everywhere, not really being specific with it, just kind of all over the lid. And I want it really dark, so I'm going to keep building it up. And I'm using circular and windshield wiper motions. Again, not being specific with where I'm putting this shadow. I'm just putting it basically everywhere. So now that we have the eyeshadow built up to where we want it, I'm going to be taking the Luxie 141 mini round brush, and I'm going to be dipping into this eyeshadow right there. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Dystopian. Not really sure, but it's the dark brown, the darkest brown in the palette right there. So I'm being a little bit more specific with this eyeshadow since we are doing a cut crease, but we don't have to be so neat because we're going to be using concealer to carve it out. And then drag it out just a little bit, like so. And I want this to be really dark. To cut our crease, I'm going back into the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and I just put some on the back of my hand, and I'm going to be using this Lamora brush. It looks like this. I got it in my Ipsy bag one year, so I'm not really familiar with the brand, but it's their Precise shader brush. So to set that concealer really fast so it doesn't crease and I can put my next eyeshadow down, I'm going to be taking the Morphe x Jaclyn Hill JH39 brush. And I'm going to be using the skin color right here in the palette and just kind of setting this very carefully. So the next step is to put the eyeshadow where we just put the concealer. I'm going to be taking another e.l.f. brush. This is their professional eyeshadow brush, and a lot of these brushes I actually got a long time ago, so I'm not really sure if they're still on the market, but I'm pretty sure they are. So for our glittery eyelid, we are going to be using this shade right here. It's a very silvery eyeshadow. There's a lot of beautiful glitters and metallic shades in this palette, but this is the one that we're going to be using today. Since this is a New Year's Eve look, this reminds me a lot of New Year's and fireworks and stuff, so that's what we're going to be using, and the name of it is Cyborg. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And this is the e.l.f. professional eyeshadow brush. And if you want to use something like MAC Fix Plus to intensify this eyeshadow, you definitely can do that. Just make sure that you dip into the eyeshadow first and then spray whatever you might be using to intensify the shadow, because if you spray the brush first and then dip, you can ruin your eyeshadow. So don't do that. Now it's my favorite part. For eyeliner, I'm going to be using the NYX Epic Ink Liner in black. I normally don't wear eyeliner a lot, or I used to not wear eyeliner a lot, but ever since I discovered this eyeliner, I have worn it so much. I feel like it really is easy to use, and it's definitely good for beginners. We want to make this eyeliner kind of thin, just so it doesn't take away from the cut crease. As we can see, my eyeliner is definitely not perfect, but I feel like this is something that a lot of YouTubers do not share, especially when they do eyeliner tutorials. You can clean up your eyeliner. A lot of YouTubers draw points. I've seen people do that. They just do a lot of technical gimmicky stuff to me to help you with eyeliner, but in all honesty, you just have to clean it up with concealer. So to carve out and fix my eyeliner, I'm going to use the same brush that I carved out my cut crease with. And I'm just going to use the LA Girl concealer again. And we're just going to fix my eyeliner. Ta-da, a very easy fix with concealer. So now that we have our eyeliner done, our eyeshadow is done, now it's time for eyelashes. So the eyelashes that I'm going to use today, these are the Ardell Natural lashes. They're not the wispies, they're not the demi wispies, they're just Ardell Natural. So I'm just going to take my tweezers, and then the glue that I use is the Duo Lash Glue. I personally don't like the black lash glue that Duo has because it dries black, and sometimes I will miss my eye and I will get black all over my eyeshadow, and it's just a mess. The white, to me, if you don't put too much of the white Duo Lash Glue on your eyelash, even if you miss your eye and it gets on your eyeshadow, it will dry and you won't be able to see it. Like, it dries transparent. And before you apply your eyelash, make sure that the glue is tacky, because if it's not tacky and it's still wet, it's not going to stick to your eye, and that's when the glue really gets everywhere. So wait about maybe close to a minute, I would say, especially if you put a lot of glue on there. But if you put like a thin layer, just wait maybe 30 seconds, blow on it, make sure the glue is tacky before you try to put it on. And a tip for putting on eyelashes, I take my mirror and I look down and put my eyelash on like that. so my real eyelashes don't get in the way of my fake eyelashes. So for mascara, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. And as you can see, the glue that was right there on my eyeliner, the white glue when I was putting my eyelash on, it has almost completely dried down and you can't even tell that it was there. So before we finish the eyes, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my face. For primer, I'm going to use the Benefit Professional Face Primer. This primer really sinks into my pores and it really makes it look like I do not have any pores whatsoever. Like it turns my pores invisible. For foundation, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation in the shade 102. I'm going to be using my beauty sponge, my beauty blender, to blend this in. So to highlight my face, I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair. So to set where I just placed that concealer, I'm going to be going back into the Maybelline Fit Me Powder Matte and Poreless in Translucent, using the same e.l.f. brush that I did earlier to set my eyes. And I'm just going to be setting the places where I put the concealer. Moving on to bronzer, I'm going to be taking the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Light Bronzer. I'm going to be using this Real Tech brush. It's pink and it's fluffy. I think I've used this so much that the name has worn off of it. I don't know if you guys can see. The words are pretty much rubbed off, but I can tell that it says multitask brush. This is the multitask brush by Real Tech. So I'm not the type of person that uses or wears a lot of blush. So for today, we're going to be skipping blush. But if you want to put on blush with this look, that is totally fine. For highlight, I'm going to be using the Milani Strobe Light highlighter. It's in the shade 01. I like to use my finger just because I feel like it gives the most product payoff. So now going back to finish off the eyes, I'm going to go back into the Sultry palette and I'm going to take the same brush and dip into this dark brown once again. Now that our lower lash line is all nice and smoky, I'm going to go ahead and pop some mascara on my lower lash line. Real quick, I just popped on some mascara on my bottom lashes and then I popped in some eyeliner. The eyeliner that I used on my waterline was this brown eyeliner pencil. I believe it's by Lancome and I have had it for so long. I don't even think that they sell this anymore. They might, but it is in the shade Black Coffee. So lastly, we're going to do lips, and since our eyes are kind of bold today, we're just going to go with a simple lip. I'm going to be using the Kylie Cosmetics lip gloss in the shade Literally. This lip gloss is a very perfect nude. It is very opaque. I wear it by itself all the time. It's beautiful and can go with any look, seriously. Hey you guys, so I completely forgot to film an outro. So I'm here in my bathroom, different lighting, I know, I'm sorry. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed this look. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I hope that it was easy to follow, and I hope all of you rock your New Year's Eve looks and get your New Year's kiss. Don't forget to like and subscribe and show my YouTube channel some love, and my social media will be in the description box below. Happy New Year's, y'all.